Hello and welcome back to It's What I Do. Yeah, we're down at Ron's today. Have a look at his pond.
Investigation into filters.
Yes, we're going to look at his filters. If Ron comes around here, you'll get to see him, but can't turn the camera that way because it's straight into the sun.
Oh right. You want me to come around this way?
Yeah.
Oh right. Oh, I got you right.
So there we go.
So it's a SpinClean 50. It's a SpinClean Auto 50. I've had little concerns about it over the last year or so, really, where I don't think it's doing what it should be doing. Hopefully, when we take it apart, it's going to be absolutely filthy. If it's filthy, then I know it's working. If it's clean, then I think there's something wrong. But I say, going on the water quality, considering the UV has been off for about 6 weeks, the water quality is pretty clear. And would you say that, Jim?
Yeah, nothing, doesn't look like anything's wrong with that water.
Yeah, I've seen it clearer.
Do you do your water tests?
Yeah, doing the water tests every week, yeah.
Yeah.
Everything's spot on, yeah.
So
good.
It could just be a case of there's not enough debris in the pond. And the filter is man enough to actually handle it on the biological side. So
I think there was a slight spike on nitrite last week. It went up to 0.3, which is nothing. It's normally at 0.2.
Yeah.
So we weren't particularly worried about 0.3.
Yeah.
But apart from that, yeah, it's good. As
Well,
I
we're going to have a look at it. We'll strip it down and we'll have a look. We'll clean the sponges that are there. I think you've got some new sponges.
I've got brand new sponges, yeah.
Yeah, so we'll have a look at the condition of them, and if they need changing, we'll change the sponges as well. So right, we'll crack on with that. We'll start getting it stripped apart, and we'll pick you back up again in a minute. Okay, so we've pulled the top out. Or Ron's pulled the top out, and we've got a nice tub of dirty water in there. And these are the sponges that are inside it.
So this really is what I wanted to see. I say, because when we took this apart last year, this was virtually clear and clean. I mean, the filter, look. But I'm so pleased to see this, really, because I know the filter now is working. That's good.
Yeah, the way these work, the water will pass through these foams for the mechanical side of it, and then he's got biological media that goes around the outside of that tank, and then some in the bottom as well. And when he puts it on a cleaning mode, this rotates, and he's supposed to actually rotate the sponges. We're not sure whether it's actually doing that properly, because the edges of these sponges are getting somewhat chewed up. So we're going to take this apart and clean these sponges and inspect them, and maybe have to change some. I don't know.
I think they might all get changed.
I'm thinking that there should be a tube that goes through the middle of these.
UV light goes through the middle.
Yeah, so there should be a tube that these rotate round. But it's whether these are actually gripping enough, allowing it to move. That could be the issue. Right, we'll strip this down and have a look at the sponges and see where we go from there. Right, so that's the filter foams that we've got in that filter. They've got like a plastic insert that goes in them, and then that rotates around the centre column and where the UV is. So Ron's just going to go and get his new foams, and we're going to fit those and see how they are. And you can see the difference in a moment of what the new foams look like.
And there we have a set of brand new filters.
Yeah. So that's the new foams, and that's the old ones.
Lovely.
As I say, the thing that would concern me is the way the filter is chewing these lumps of foam off. Because if it's doing that, then that filter hasn't been turning round, and it should do. So we'll have to have a look to see whether that's Still doing that when we put the new foams on. But yeah, so it shouldn't chew the foams up like that. It should just rotate them. So right, we'll separate these out, get these inserts out, and then get the new foams over. We'll give the lid a clean up, and then we'll see how well they rotate round on the new ones. What we're probably going to do is once we've done those foams, let's come back in here, we'll clean this up, as I say, and I say that the foams rotate around this metal sleeve around there, so we'll give that all a good clean up. That's the impeller that moves the foams around, yeah. And then what we're going to do is drain this down, and we'll have a look in the media around the outside. And apparently, I was just speaking to Ron, he says it works the opposite way around to what I've said, which seems really stupid to me. So the water, when it comes in, goes into this channel here, goes through all the biological media first, and then comes up through the centre of this for the mechanical filtration. And that is really weird, because you don't have mechanical filtration after biological, but according to this one you do. So if that is the case, and it's going down there first, then that's probably where all the crap's going to be, in amongst all that. It's probably going to be thick with rubbish in there. So I say we will have a strip down, we will have a look at it, and we'll go from there. But we'll get these foams changed first, and then drain this out and have a look. So again, back in a minute. Okay, I'm slowly cooking in here, as Ron's got this filter in his greenhouse. Let's see if I can show you what the score is. Bear with me 1 second. Okay, right down the bottom here we've got a tray, and it's got a lot of those plastic bio balls. Not really worth a lot, but it's got them there and here. And underneath that there's another load of them. Well, this whole thing here in the middle should come out, but it won't, because whoever put the thing together whenever they was doing it has twisted it, so it's at an angle and it's locked into place. And the problem is, because it was at an angle, you've got stones gone down the side of it now which are locking it in. So we've disassembled it in there, cleaned all the crap out of the balls and the tray and whatnot, flushed it through with a hose pipe. We took this grill off here, and we've given it a clean through with a hose pipe again. Again, this hole in the casing here should come out. We've got a screw there that locks it in place, and then if you can see it, I don't know if you can see it, it's a bit dark, but there's a slot there for it to twist in and lock in place, one on the other side. So this whole thing would come out. But it's a lot more work, because then we'd have to get all the media from around the edge of this, clean that, and get it all back in there somehow. And the only way you can get it in is, once you put this back in, is feed it through the hole that's there behind that plate. But we've given it a clean in here, and it's got like Helix 13 in the outside of this. That's what it looks like. So yeah, interesting, but it works. I mean, you see that with the condition of Ron's pond, it does work. Now we're just trying to figure out which way around this water actually feeds, because although there's a vent there, on the top of it there's also one that comes out the bottom. So yeah, just trying to figure out which way around the water flows. So it would make sense to me for it to go through the foams before it goes through anything else, but that's not apparently what it's doing. So right, we're going to start putting this together again. Ron's going to change the UV bulb, and then we'll get that reconnected, and then we'll get this together, and it should be all hunky-dory. Right, I'm going to put you down again, and we'll start working out how to get this apart and get his UV bulb changed, because then he can get a UV back on the pond, and that should make his water absolutely crystal clear. Because we've got new phones there, he's got a bottle of this gunk stuff. What was it? BSP. Yeah. So we've got a bottle of that to reseed the filter. So that'll reseed the filter and put some of this in actually into the pond. So that'll restart the filter. Because by the time we finish, there ain't going to be a lot of bacteria left in it. Right, yeah, let's get on with this, and I'll come back in a minute. Right, let's get it all back together again. Turn around and have a look. There it is there. We're just testing it now to make sure the cleaning cycle works. That's why you can hear that alarm going off. Yeah, that's just doing a cleaning cycle. When you switch it on, yeah, you leave the tap off, so it leaves it full of water, switch it over to the cleaning cycle, and it starts the motor up in there, and starts spinning the phones. Yeah, and that the mechanism that spins the phones also squeezes them a little bit, so they should then go round. Yeah, you get an alarm go off like that to tell you it's ready to empty, and then you just turn that tap on and empty it away, and that flushes it through with water. So yeah, for a death can it's pretty good. I think I'd prefer a Nexus, but it does the job. And so it should all be up and running now. He's got his UV light on, got the power all connected up to it again, so all things being equal, it should clear his pond up a treat. And there we go. We've actually got the see-through tailpipes there, so you can see the water come through it and any air that's in there. Yeah. So yeah, it's not too bad at all. Well, as you can see, I'm back home. You have to excuse this changing lights. It's getting quite dark out here now. The old sun's going to bed. So that was another lovely day down at Ron's. Bit of graft to do the filter, and I've got to say that's an unusual death can that he's got. The old pressure filters, it's an unusual one. It's got a mixture of foams and biomedia in it. We finally figured out which way around the water flows, and it does flow the way I said in the first place. So it goes through the foams, then into the biomedia, and then back out from the biomedia, which is the way it should go. But we gave it a good thorough clean. Got the UV changed, so we changed his bulb in the UV. Got that back in. Can't tell you what, they had half a tight fit trying to get all of that back together again. The foam's back on it and whatnot. It really is a tight fit. But yeah, got that back on, got the UV fitted, put a plug on the unit now, so that instead of being into a switch box it goes to a plug. That makes it so much easier if you've got to do any maintenance on it. because you can then take the unit out of that greenhouse it's got it in. And boy, was that hot in there today. I must have sweated off about half a stone. It was very good. And Doreen again cooks us a lovely meal, so thank you, Doreen. And between Doreen and Veron, they managed to polish off one of the bottles of wine that I was gifted. So yeah, they're happy with that. Yeah, I think they polished one bottle off and then went on the gin and tonics again. Go there. What can you say, eh? So yeah, I'm finished. Finished there, got home. Had an eventful drive home. Nearly had someone run me off the road. I'm going to have a look at my dash cam footage in a minute and see whether I've got it on dash cam. If I have, I'll put it on this video because it deserves being shown. Yeah, I'm just driving along the road, minding my own business. Car in the right hand side, and he just moved straight over into me. Didn't look, didn't see me, nothing. Just moved straight over into me. Forced me off of a junction, so I had to come off the junction. Otherwise, I'd have hit him or her, whoever was driving. Go off the junction, up to the roundabout, across the roundabout, and back down the other side, back onto the road I wanted. So it's probably a good idea that I didn't catch hold of them, because if I had have done, I would have. I'd have had a bit of road rage go on. Absolutely stupid. If I hadn't have been switched on and see what they was doing, they would have hit me. They would have hit the car. So you just can't make it up, you know. Ridiculous. Right, anyhow, I'm just looking at the pond. Looks like the water's nice and clear now. So the old ozone thing seems to be working, seems to be doing its job. All I need to do now is just keep an eye on that ORP, make sure it doesn't get too high. I don't think it will, to be honest. I think that unit's too small to be able to sort of do too much damage. So I don't think there's a great deal to worry about with that, especially where I'm only switching it on and off. I switch it on for an hour, switch it off for an hour. I have messed about and tried other settings, but that's the one I'm going to stick with, I think. Hour on, hour off, and we'll go from there. I mean, they reckon you can do sort of 2 hours on, an hour off, but I'm just going to stick to the hour on, hour off. And let's say we'll go from there, see how it gets on. Right, I'm going to leave it there, because as I say, it's getting dark and you won't going to be able to see me much longer. So, hope you enjoyed that video. I will say that death cam's one of the better ones I've seen. I quite like that Blagdon one that I got off of Vince. That works well. But that's not a foam death cam. It's more like a mechanical K1 chamber. So instead of having foams, you're filled up with that CHI media, which is like a plastic media. So that works quite well. I gave that a clean yesterday, and it's clearing the water lovely. You can soon tell when that needs cleaning because the water starts getting murky and mucky. So it definitely needed cleaning. But that one of Ron's, yeah, that's quite good, and it served him. I wouldn't buy one. I would have spent the money on an Nexus or something like that. And I think eventually Ron will have to go to a Nexus if he wants to increase his fish stock. He's going to have to get a better filter. But it served him well. It's done the job. Can't argue, you know. That's all you want, really, isn't it? You want to do the job, keep the parameters of the pond right, and keep the water nice and clean. And it's certainly done that. So yeah, it's done a good job. And it's easy to maintain. All he has to do is switch a knob on it, as you've seen on the video. and it basically cleans itself. So yeah, I'm all for that. Make life easy as you can. Right, I'm going to shut up waffling and I'll leave it there. I'll go and put this video together and have a look at this other footage, see if I've got it. If I have, you'll see it. If not, you won't. Right, thank you very much for watching. Hope you enjoyed that, and I'll catch you on the next one. Bye for now.